Hello all, welcome to the demo of TracePA. TracePA is a digital office suite meant for practicing auditors. A quick background about TracePA. Unlike many of the independent applications that are available in the market today to address the needs of practicing auditors, TracePA is the only complete digital suite that is built to handle the end-to-end operations of an audit firm. So with TracePA, the focus is on efficiency by automating all the regular workflows that exist within an audit firm, thereby helping audit firms accomplish more with lesser people and with minimum errors. So the advantages of TracePA is that the firms can expect 2x productivity due to the automation of workflows. TracePA adapts to changing regulations and standards. So any change in regulations automatically is available on the software in terms of a newer checklist or any other newer standards that comes in, so that practicing auditors need not have to worry about what the changes are. Since all of the data related to the client is accumulated in one place, TracePA also builds the foundation for future analytics and AI, which doesn't exist today. By virtue of this, TracePA also opens up additional revenue opportunities for practicing audit firms. TracePA is delivered as a highly secure cloud solution so that people within an audit firm can log into TracePA anywhere, wherever their audits are going on, and they can have access to all the documents centrally. Let's look at the suite of products available in TracePA. We will see this in detail in the following demo. So basically, TracePA has 4 broad modules. One is standard audits, a place where you can plan, execute and report all audits digitally. All of the evidences of the audits are stored digitally and can be accessed at any point later. Fixed assets is a module that's available within TracePA. So within the fixed assets module, you can maintain your complete fixed asset register, and all the depreciation related calculations are performed automatically year on year, and the chances of errors are completely eliminated. There is also finalization of accounts, wherein you can import your trial balances from any accounting system of your choice and go on and generate standard reports and get it ready for filing very easily within a few simple steps. More importantly, for the functioning of an audit firm, assignment of task is a very key function that partners perform. And within TracePA, assignment and compliance follow-up is a module wherein all the tasks related to your clients can be completely tracked, even on a mobile phone for partners, so that they always know the status of how tasks are progressing within an audit firm. Most importantly, all of these modules are built on a centralized document management system or the digital office, so that all the documents that are present within the workflow are stored in a structured manner and can be accessed centrally from wherever you are. As we move on, we are also adding additional modules. We are bringing out modules on data analytics, ledger scrutiny, and digital vouching. This is part of our product roadmap. So let's move on to the demo now. Look at all of these modules, namely audits, fixed assets, finalization of accounts and assignment, and how digital office forms the backbone of TracePA. Over to the demo.
Let us start with master's setup in TracePA. Trace P allows you to create various masters. First and foremost is setting up the company, audit company. Here, if the audit company has multiple billing entities, solution allows you to create all of them by giving the firm's registration number, contact details, and contact person, address, and other details here. For the invoice purpose, you can also have the controller name, bank name, and all this information, which will get displayed in the invoice. And also, you can put your company logo here, so that these logo will appear in all the old reports. Here, as you see, multiple entities can be created like this, and whenever there is any update, you can come and the system administrator is allowed to come and update all this information. And if you have multiple branches, you can add on those branches here. This is setting up the audit company. And then we have user creation. Here, the user creation is done using in this module. You can add any number of users, and we have roles and designations, partner and audit assistants. When you are adding the partner, you have to give additional details for the partner membership number and other details here. If it is a partner, you can also choose the signature, which can be used in some of the reports. Then coming to customer master, all your client information can be added here. Here we maintain the basic information about the client, like the organization type, the management type, and industry type, what type of services you are offering to the client, and their office address. And then KYC kind of information, where we are maintaining legal advisor, turnover, profitability, if it is a manufacturing company, what are all the products, services offered by them to the industry, then the standing in the industry, and all this information. And in your office, or in the audit office, if there is a file maintained for this client, the file number and all this information, whatever you have gathered, on that information, we are allowing you to update here and keep it. And your client offices, if they have multiple offices, you can add all those locations, and statutory references you can add. So then letter of engagement. Here it allows you to create the letter of engagement for each and every type of services you are offering to this client, by giving the nature of service, then start and end date, and what are the milestones for this service. And you can select what type of service, subtasks, and expenses if you are bearing some of the other expenses, and reimbursement amount, and if you are placing your resource in the client place for some of these service offering the service, then you can add all those resources, and for how many days, and things like that. So it calculates the complete fees and gives the total fees. After that, you can generate the letter of engagement report. This is coming from the standard masters available. So here, this is according to the ICAI standard, what has been given by the institute. But you can update here and download the report, and then take the signature from the your client, and then this can be part of the audit final report. For statutory references for various kind of services you are offering to your client, for example, if it is GST return, income tax returns, professional tax returns, and other returns, then you can maintain all the information here for the website, the relevant website, what is the login name, password, and other information. All that will be at one place, so that whoever it is handling for this client that month, if they want any information, they can come here and get it. We are also allowing you to add the client directors of the client's office, then the partners and their information, and this will be used in the share of profit report in the finalization of accounts module. Then coming to when you are in this screen, you can also see how many assignments are going on for this client and what is the status of all those and things like that, along with the billing invoice, whether the tax invoice or the pro forma invoice has been raised to this client or not. You can view that here. Then coming to the customer user master, here we are allowing you to add your customer users. This is for the communication between the client and the audit office. For example, during the audit, if you want to have if you want to get some documents from your client, or the queries or observations where you want the comments from your client, for all that, we allow the customer user limited access right login. So that is created in this master here. Here you can create the client users. So as soon as you create the client user, then a mail goes to this user. See, there is a minus in mail goes to this user, so that they will get access, the link and the access to log into the application. And when they log in, whatever you have requested for your customer to send in or give the details, only those screens will be accessible for him. So there he can go and attach the document or give his comments, and if you have generated some reports, he can look at all those reports and things like that. Then various other masters for the assignment or the task-wise information we have also provided here, like this for each and every type of activity. Multiple tasks are provided. We have given on this maximum. We have covered all the type of tasks that in any audit office they conduct. But you can add any new task and subtask, and that you can add if it is not available in this masters. Similarly, for the audit purpose, we have provided the standard audit checklist as provided by the institute for accounting standards. Yeah, like this, the accounting standards we have provided, and balance sheet audit program and P&L statement of P&L audit program. We have provided the checklist as well as provided by the institute, and also KRO 2020 we have provided. For all this, if you want to modify, you can modify, or if you want to add some more checklist, you can add some more checklist to the existing ones. Or if the institute comes up with any new checklist, that will be uploading into the solution automatically. Then apart from that, we have provided report content master templates. See, for each and every report, we have provided the heading and the description. If you want, you can modify this and update this as and when there are any changes. Or if you want, you can add a new heading and new description that will get added for these reports. Similarly, in the letter of engagement, we saw this content coming from this. Like this. Here also, if you want to modify, you can modify that. Or if you have added any new heading, that will be available for you to add in the template master here. To the existing heading, if you add a new existing report, if you add a new heading, that will get added here, that you can add to the report. The new heading you can select and add to the report, and here you can adjust up and using the up and down arrow to these reports. And with this, we have come to the end of the master's setting in Trace PA. Thank you. Let's see the standard audit module in Trace PA. Standard audit module has annual plan. Here we are showing all the clients of the audit firm with the previous audit numbers. If the previous year, if there are any audits that are conducted, with the audit date and the status of the audit. And also in the letter of engagement, if there are any new audits signed for this year, we also load those clients and the audit type that is signed for these type of for these type of audits, whichever has been signed here will appear here, so that they can select and schedule the audit here. So here it shows the for that client, if there is already one audit which is going on for this type of thing, they can schedule for other type of audit by selecting the whether it is accounting standard or audit program of balance sheet and P&L items. Here we are showing heading wise on the checklist. Checklist gets loaded here. So if you are only conducting investment audit, then you can select that and all the checklists are loaded. Otherwise, if you want select all, then it loads all of that. And either you can select all the headings, or you can select heading wise, which are all important for this particular audit, depending on the scope of the audit. Here you select the partner for this audit and the review partner for this audit, and the support employees, additional people who will be helping you in this audit. You can select all those team members. Multiple selection is provided in all these places, and then the scope of the audit. For these checkpoint, we have also provided whether it is mandatory action is needed for this checkpoint. If you select that, then compulsorily you have to give your comments on this checkpoint that facility has been incorporated in the conduct audit program. Once you have all these selected, then you can schedule this audit. And also we have provided, if the checkpoints are not sufficient, then you can go to the masters module and add a new checkpoint. Then when you add there in the masters, automatically they appear here. And you can also select those checkpoints for this audit, depending on the scope of the audit. Once you have the schedule, so it appears with a new audit number like this, and the partner and the audit status, and it is available in the dashboard to conduct the audit. Before conducting the audit, collection of data is very important here in our in any audit program. So for example, if you select an audit, it shows collection of data on the checkpoints which you have requested with your client to receive the information, receive the details. For example, you can either select the checklist, one of these checklists, and say what document you will be requiring from your client, whether it is confirmation of balance, transaction details, trial balance, and or voucher details. And also automatically when you select this client, his email ID appears here. All the email IDs of the contact person there is in the client place, so that all of them will get a mail whenever you request any document with your comments. So this goes as a mail to your client with all these mail IDs, so that they open the application for them. Limited access is provided for them to upload the document. So they upload the document, and when you come here, you can see all those documents uploaded like this here, which you can use for your audit purpose. Or if you have not received, you can either send mail once again. So you can come here requesting collection of data. So if you have not received the information, you can send one more mail by coming here and requesting for additional details. If it is not checkpoint related, other than checkpoint related information also, you can request by giving your comments here. This also goes as a mail to your client office. Once you have requested for all the documents, then you are ready to, and you have received the trial balance for review purpose. You can upload the trial balance for the initially first time for the previous year and the current year, which will open as a way, which will load with the variances if there are any for the between the current year and the previous year. Wherever you see the variances, you can raise your observations here. We have provided option for observations by the auditor and then observation by the reviewer. Then this can be raised as a query to the client. So client, when he puts his comments, those comments will come and sit as customer comments here. So we have provided option for that. So the client will be receiving two mails. One is request for the documents, and another is he has to respond to the query or observation you have made while conducting the audit. So his comments will appear as client comments here. Then once the trial balance review is done, then you are ready to continue with the audit by using the checkpoints which you have selected during the audit schedule audit. So all these audit procedures, these checkpoints will appear here. If you have selected mandatory, and then will appear as yes, otherwise with the status as mandatory, status no. So for each of that, you can put your test result. What type of test you have done, whether it is test result is yes, no, or not applicable. And the auditor remarks will appear here. Even for these remarks, you can take against the checkpoint, whatever your observation, you can raise a query to your client. We have provided that option. Your observation will go as a mail query to your client. He can respond to those those points that will appear as customer comments. Then the reviewer, whoever is reviewing this audit, he can also put his comments, and his question can also go as a query to the client. And during this audit procedure also, if you want to raise document request list, you can raise those document request lists, and whatever they attach, they will appear here as attachment. This is individual save and update. We have provided for each and every checkpoint here. This can be downloaded as a audit review report. Then apart from that, we have provided customer-wise the standard template report for various audits we have provided. The description appears from the masters, and which will have all this information. And if you want, you can modify any of these headings and the description. Then finally, we have audit completion. Here we have provided all these standard reports for the engagement letter, information about the client, audit report, and review ledger report. All these gets automatically downloaded as a single file, which can be taken up for further processing or for further filing in the digital office. Thank you. Let's start with the fixed assets module. Fixed asset module helps the auditor to maintain all the fixed asset information about the client. He can select a particular client for whom he can set up the asset master right from the location or the number of location the client has, and the division within that location, and if there are any departments, then if they have any bay, You can select that. And asset classification, we have provided here 4 type of this heading, subheading, and asset class we have provided. For each of that, at the beginning, opening WDV information, depreciation rate, and all the residual value, you can add all that, so that you can start with the asset creation and other information. For asset creation, we have also provided Excel upload facility. Now here, so you can see here asset class, asset code, and the asset name here. Then what is the put to use date and useful life of the asset, and status. When you are adding this asset to the master, you can also add who is the supplier, location where it is installed, and if you have any warranty or ANC for that, and if you have taken loan against that, and if the insurance. What is the insurance details of that particular asset. Here you can see useful life of the asset, date of put to use, and also we have provided Excel upload facility. When you have multiple assets, then you can use this facility to populate the data and upload it into the application. After asset creation, asset transaction, we have provided for asset addition and evaluation of the asset. Here you can see the transaction type and all the information is maintained for each and every asset, like this asset addition and things like that. Similarly, we have provided for asset deletion, like only sold, transferred, or if there are any transfers between the locations, then we have provided for that. And like this, the transaction details. Then at the end of the year, or whenever you want, you can just calculate the depreciation. We have provided both Companies Act and IT Act. For Companies Act, we have provided two method of depreciation, SLM and WDV method. Here you can select the duration, whether you want to calculate yearly, half yearly, or quarterly generation. Also customized between dates we have provided. Here you can get to see all the information, all the set details here, and then the original cost, residual value, and then you can see here residual value, residual percentage, useful life in years, and WDV opening value, and addition during the year, depreciation for the period, and WDV closing value. Similarly, for the SLM method and WDV method, we have provided here. And you can see the IT Act thing. Various other types of reports can be generated here. If you want to select the asset-wise report, you can generate that asset-wise report here.
Yeah.
Here. Here's how the reports are generated. Here. People. Hello, welcome to Trace PA Finalization of Accounts module recording. Here in Finalization of Accounts, we have provided schedule templates. Organization type wise, we have provided schedule template for P&L and balance sheet. For example, if you want to see the balance sheet for private limited company, this is how the schedule template as provided by the institute looks like. Here we have heading, subheading, item and sub-items. This is predefined and we have populated this for three type of organizations: private limited, partnership firms and LLP. Here, if the auditor wants to add some of the headings and subheadings, item and sub-item, we have provided option for him to add new items and save this template for his clients, depending on the organization type. Once the template is modified according to the requirement, then they can start with the Excel upload facility. As soon as the auditor receives trial balance from his client, he can upload the trial balance by selecting the branch of the client. Then on uploading, it shows the details like closed credit amount, closed debit amount, and if there are any mismatches in that, they have to re-upload the trial balance. Here we have provided option for automatic mapping of these headings with the description. For Tally users, we have provided the option to get from Tally in the required format with the predefined mapping details. So automatically it appears here on the details with the heading and subheading details automatically gets mapped here. And if there are any unmapped description, you can select this option which loads the unmapped headings, which can be mapped by selecting with multiple selection or individual selection. You can select and map this to the respective headings by selecting the schedule type and map them to the respective headings here. On selecting the schedule type, it loads the relevant headings here. On selecting a heading, you get the subheadings here. And then on selecting a subheading, the item and sub-items get loaded. So you can add all that and map it here. Like this, once the mapping is done and all the already mapped items are available for you to continue with that. And here we provide the cash flow statement here. Here you can see the fan cash flow appearing here, which can be downloaded in the PDF or Excel format. Then similarly, accounting ratios gets populated there depending on the company type. Then we have provided option for adding notes here. The description wise, by selecting the heading, you can provide as many notes as required. Also, we have provided predefined notes for various headings like this here. This again can be downloaded in the required format as suggested by the institute. Once we have all this information and all this completed, then you are ready to go for the scheduled report. We have also provided freeze the account for the next year option. Scheduled report can be downloaded here. We have provided summary report as well as the detailed report. So here it gives then the partner and then the directors of the firm, that the ending number on that gets loaded here. And also we have provided our partner selection and DODIN number and the date can be entered and downloaded in the format. Similarly, for the detailed report and the P&L we have provided here. All these reports are completed, then you can, if everything is fine, then you can freeze the account, and also you can archive the report so that all the reports get filed in our digital filing system. And if there are any journal entry that needs to be passed, you can do that for this particular client. These are all the journal entries which are added, which can be downloaded, and also we have provided option for activation, approval and deactivation. And you can also download the report and share it with the client. This is how finalization of accounts work in Trace PA. Thank you. Trace PA has given a module for customer communication. Here, whenever during the audit process, if the auditor has requested for some document for collection of data, then the client will get a mail. When here this is client login thing. Here you can see only 4 options are available for the client. Not all the regular modules are available for the client. So client, if he has to upload a document, he clicks on this document upload, which opens collection of data. Here he can select the audit number, and you can see there's no selection of other client name. Automatically, depending on who has logged in, his company name appears. He can select only, there are only 2 audits which are going on for his company. So when he selects on that, he can see against this checkpoint, his auditor has requested for some document, and also he has requested for trial balance. Please share the trial balance and things like that. He can select and upload the document like this here. And once he uploads all this, then automatically mail goes to the auditor that he has shared these documents. So the once he shares the document, then they are all available in the audit for the auditor to carry on. Similarly, the auditor, when he sends a request for a query or observation, so that also appears here as a query point here. Against that, customer can put his comments or attach a document and give the explanation. He can attach any document and clicks on this save. Automatically, when he does that, mail goes to the auditor, so that they will have all this, his client comments will comment it as his comments in the audit number, audit page. And also for the client, we have provided document search. He can only query for the documents pertaining to his company, so that if the auditor has uploaded some reports for him to view, and which he can view, and also download this report for his filing purpose. All these documents and communication that takes place between the client and the auditor are all available in the digital filing. Digital Office has a digital filing module. Here we have provided the option for cabinet, sub-cabinet, folder and page. Cabinets are all created company-wise or the client-wise. Here, all the documents that are communicated between the client and the auditor, and whatever auditor files or any related document auditor files, they are all available in his cabinet. Here you can see financial year wise we are creating the sub cabinets, and each sub cabinet can have a number of folders. You can see assignment wise folders, summary folder for this financial year, documents related to payment, petty cash, like that. The documents will get saved here and available here. So auditor can view all these reports. He can download, or he can share this document with the client whenever he requests for any of these documents here.
Good.
Thank you. Assignment module in TraceBA helps the auditors to assign activities to their team members and track the progress of all these tasks. We have seen in Masters how we set up the clients of the audit firm, then the users of Trace application, and the task and with subtask in our Masters. All these tasks are used to create the assignments. Here in the dashboard, you can see the overdue task, today's task, open task, and how many are closed tasks. And here it also allows auditor to get the assignments and the compliance wise task, or customer wise, then partner wise, assignment wise, employee wise, and status, work status wise. You can look at all these assignments. Let's start with the scheduling of assignments. Here the partner opens this and assigns the activity by selecting the client and what type of task he want to assign to his team members. For example, if it is some company, corporation, or annual compliance, or some certificate services, then he can assign this activity to the team member. Then you can set the frequency, whether it is one time or yearly type of activity, or monthly type of activity, by assigning the start date and expected completion date, work status. If it is already completed or if it has already started, then accordingly they can select the status. Otherwise, it is yet to start. Here, on selecting the task, all the subtasks get loaded. Depending on the type of activity, you can select either all subtask or selectively you can opt for that. Then this employee is going to be assisted by who are on the other team members, depending on who is available on that. For that, you can select, give the description for this, and expected completion date. And if you are going for advance or partial billing, then you can select this option to generate the invoice during the assignment till the before the completion. If you can also raise, otherwise usually the invoice is generated at the end of after completion of the assignment. Then once the assignment is scheduled, it appears in the dashboard. When you have come to the dashboard, here you can select the assignment. It loads all the subtask here, and also if you want to see what is the work done on this, it says it is still in progress. You can see how much has been completed, and if the person who is logged in has something to update on this, he can update. And also you can see what are all the documents attached by the previous person to one of the subtasks. He can download and view that document. And also you can update the status here, or if it is completed you can change the status, which will be reviewed by the, after completion you can request for review, partner review. He can review the task details, and he can say it is completed, then he can go for the invoicing of this assignment. This is about the assignment schedule. We have a compliance schedule, the regulatory monthly or quarterly kind of assignments. You can select the client, and whoever is here, it need not be scheduled because they are all monthly activity. Nobody will be free for assignment every month for these type of activities. Whoever is free on that day, he can just come and select the month, and he can see all the activities for this month. So it shows for this month these two GST returns are pending. So the person who is free on that day, he can select all and assign himself this activity by selecting one of the partner, because all these are dependent on partner wise working. So he can select one of his partner, senior member, then select the employee who is going to do this activity, start and expected completion. If it is already completed, he can just select the completed. And if he is assisted by another team member, he can select that and what subtask he is completed, and he assign this activity himself. Once this is assigned, it will appear in the assigned dashboard. And also this activity can be seen in the assignment dashboard by selecting the compliance activity. So it loads all the compliance activities here. Apart from this, for ID returns filing, which is done for the individual users from his client office, so he can select, they can add all these individual users and PAN and other details they can fill, and the DOB and the email, and they can complete these individual IT returns filing, the audit office which conducts every year. So here we have provided option for automatic generation of invoice, and this invoice will be mailed to this email. So these are all simple tasks which need not go through the assignment and the invoice and other long procedure. Here it is very simple, and these are conducted multiple in number, huge numbers. So we have provided this simple screen. Here it maintains simple information, and invoice is raised and made to this user. Here only we have provided the service chart. They can set here, and they can raise this invoice and take once the status is completed. Then for all these modules, we have provided the dynamic reports option. Here it shows the resource availability. You can see who is free on that day, and for that month or between the months, they can select and look for the availability of the team members. Here it shows who is all assigned with what type of task, and what is the start date, what is the expected completion date, and after that they are going to be free, so that all these employees are available after the completion of these activities. It shows the resource availability. Similarly, the skill set, what kind of employees are working on what type of assignment, so that when you are assigning next time for this type of activity, you will know it could be for the kind of special kind of audits. You will understand who is working on what type of audit, accounting, finalization of accounts, who is ready, how many assignments for this year they have worked on, and things like that you will get to see here. And also invoice reports. Here it shows how many invoices. If you want to see how many invoices you have raised between the dates, then you can look for that. Here we have provided option for selection billing entity wise or customer wise or partner wise. You can select, and employee wise, assignment wise. You can see the invoice detail. It opens the invoice and which can like this. It takes all the information from the company setup, the logo under the information, the billing to under details are appearing here. And then you can see all these information, the GST. Apart from invoice, if you want to see all the assignments that have taken place between some date, that also you can view here. Here it shows all the assignments with status and also with billing status, whether it is billed or not billed. You can see some are a work in progress and yet to start state. So the billing has not happened for these assignments. And also you can see the revenue employee-wise and monthly performance of the employees depending on the completion of assignments. All that you can view in this dynamic report. Then we have the invoice module. Here you can select the billing entity, and this where we generate the invoices. You can select work in progress or completed assignments which are not billed. Like this it opens, and you can select whichever and whether you are going to raise pro forma invoice or tax invoice. Accordingly the details get loaded, and here you can select the entity whether it is taxable, and you can give the details and generate the invoice. And this completes the assignment module in TRISP. Thank you.